Yeah, stand up for me. Stand up, stand up.
All right, live stream is up. Got it. Okay. All right, ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 6th, 2022. The time is 10:44 a.m. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court first appearance, and I am Judge Daniel Nagel. Today is going to be your first appearance hearing. If you've never had a first appearance before, let me explain what that means. This is an informative hearing. This is not going to be an evidentiary hearing. So what that means is there's not going to be any evidence presented by law enforcement, the district attorney's office, or the solicitor general's office. At the same time, this is not an opportunity for you to present any evidence. And what I mean by present any evidence is tell me why you shouldn't have been arrested. Tell me why you didn't do what officers have alleged. Tell me what your defenses are. Keep that between yourself and your defense attorney. This is being broadcast live on YouTube. And so anybody who wants to can come back and watch this. And if you say something about your case and they wanted to prove that you said it, they could do so, whether it be law enforcement, a witness, the solicitor's office, the DA's office, an investigator, whoever. So please do not discuss the facts of your case with me. I'm going to ask you some very specific questions. Just answer the question that I ask and nothing more. I'm going to go over your charges with you. I'm going to let you know whether they are misdemeanors or felonies. I'm also going to let you know whether a bond is going to be set in your case. If a bond is set in your case, you may have special conditions of your bond as well. The most typical or most common special conditions are no contact with someone. No contact means exactly what it sounds like. No contact. Don't Instagram, Facebook message, Kick, whatever other means of social media or ways that you think that you could be slick and try to contact this person, don't do it, because not only could you face new charges for stalking or violation of a court order, right? You end up back here, but also your initial bond for these charges could be revoked. So having contact with somebody when it says don't contact them could end you back up in jail with no bond and additional charges, right? Another special condition is no violent contact. No violent contact means you can be around that person, you can talk to them, you can interact with them. It just means don't do anything that would make them think that something aggressive or violent is about to occur. No yelling, no screaming, no cussing, no pushing, shoving, putting your hands in their face, punching walls, slamming doors, anything like that. Okay. Another common special condition is do not return to a certain address. If one of your special conditions is to not return to a certain address, don't go there. Somebody there, or I feel like it's not in your best interest to go there, whether it be a store or a residence, just don't do it, because again, you could be back in jail on additional charges as well as have your bond revoked on these charges. All right. I will then let you know what your next court date is. If you have a court date coming up, but you bond out, you do not need to attend your preliminary hearing. You just need to make sure that your information is accurate with the sheriff's department as well as the clerk's office, and then they will get you your court date in the future. Okay. So if you know you're going to bond out, and when you do bond out, just make sure that your address on the paperwork is correct. If you do not get a bond or you're not able to bond out, your next court date will be your preliminary hearing. That is an evidentiary hearing. That is an opportunity where you can present evidence on your behalf, either through yourself or through your attorney. And you can have what's called a preliminary hearing, where the state has to prove that you did these things with probable cause. It doesn't mean that they have to prove your guilt beyond reasonable doubt. It's not a full-blown trial. It just means that they have a higher burden of proof than what I have to have. All right. At that preliminary hearing, your attorney could also negotiate with the DA's office or the solicitor's office a reduced bond, or removing special conditions from your bond, or work out a plea deal. There's a lot of options available to you at a preliminary hearing. However, remember, if you bond out, your case will automatically be sent to the DA's office or the Solicitor General's office. I will give you an opportunity to ask me any questions at the end when I'm done. However, if your question is not limited to what are my charges, what is my bond, do I have any special conditions, and what is my next court date, I'm probably not going to be able to help you. I do not control how quickly paperwork gets processed. Once we're done here, I'm going to sign the bond orders and send them over to the Sheriff's Department. Please be patient and allow them time to process your paperwork. Don't act up, don't get in any more trouble, because guess what? You're just going to find yourself with more charges and then have to go through this entire process all over again. I do not know how much bonding companies charge. I will tell you that it's typically somewhere between 15 and 20%. So if your bond is $5,000, 10% is 500, half of 10 is 5, so that's 250. So $750 is about 15%. All right, 20% would be a full 1,000. That's not a guarantee that that's what the rate is going to be. That's just the general consensus of what I've experienced being a practicing lawyer out here in the Metro Atlanta area. All right, so I'm not going to be able to tell you how you go about getting your bond, who you can call, or anything like that. You have to, you need to figure that out on your own. You all still maintain all of your constitutional rights. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent, not give any evidence against yourself. You have the right to make the state present witnesses before you. But again, this is an informative hearing versus an evidentiary one. So please make sure that you answer the question that's asked of you, and that you speak loudly and clearly so that I can hear you, because some of you are wearing masks and sometimes that is muffled. Now, before we begin, I need everyone to please go ahead and raise your right hand. All right. Do you swear or affirm that the questions and answers that you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You can say, I do.
I do.
All right. Very good. All right. You can put your hands down. Officer Gladman, are you here for first appearance, sir?
I believe so. I had a case that was at 8:30 for a Marquise Williams. It was a magistrate court, and I was told it was moved to 11.
That's got to be a different courtroom, because we're here on first appearance.
Okay.
Yeah. So contact
preliminary. That's most like preliminary hearing.
Yeah. So contact the magistrate court office and let them know that you're here for preliminary hearing, but it's going to be a different judge and a different Zoom.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. No problem. All right. We don't have the interpreter yet, so let's just go ahead and start with the females, and then we'll move over to the males.
I actually need a Spanish interpreter as well for a female, one of the females.
Okay. Which one?
It is going to be Therese Yule.
Okay. Give me just a second. Let's see. I don't want to continue the cases, so we'll do our best to hold off on.
She's towards the end. She's towards the end of my side.
All right. Can you tell me your name, please?
Renika Bird.
Okay. Miss Bird. Take this. Okay, I have your court application here. All right, Ms. Bird, you are charged with one count of battery. That is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in your case.
Thank you.
Your bond is going to be $2,000. Now, as part of special conditions of your bond, You're not to have any contact with Joshua Williams. Who is that to you?
It's my neighbor, sir.
Okay, all right, well, just, y'all don't live together or anything like y'all have two different properties, correct?
We live in the same apartment complex.
Okay, all right, well, a lot of times, some of the special conditions are stay away from a certain area, but I don't need to do that because y'all don't live together. So just make sure if you're going in and out of your vehicle and you're heading straight to your apartment, don't go over there, don't give any dirty looks, just mind your P's and Q's and you should be good, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Now you have the option to hire your own attorney, or I can review your application and appoint one for you. What would you like me to do?
Warrant.
Okay. Okay, I will do that for you, Miss Bird. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Brianna Carson.
All right, Miss Carson. All right, Miss Carson, you are charged with walking illegal trespass, which is a misdemeanor, and one count of battery family violence, which is also a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in your case, okay? However, your bond is going to contain some special conditions as well. You're not to have any contact with James Bellamy. Who is that to you?
My child's father.
Okay, do you all live together?
No, he said his mom.
Okay, all right, and so you live at the Brass Ring Road address, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, let me tell you this, the restriction is on you not to have any contact with him, not the other way around, okay? So wherever he is, you don't be. Does that make sense? Because like I said earlier, if you have any contact with him, no matter how minimal it is, you could have your bond revoked and then you're back here on other charges, okay? So just make sure you don't message, don't try to send messages through family and friends and things like that, okay? If he needs to see the kids and you need to get them to him, just make arrangements to where you don't have any involvement with him in that process, okay?
Okay.
All right. So your total bond is $4,000. The next court date is going to be September the 20th. If you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date, okay? Now, you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can review your application and appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
Review my application.
Okay. Okay. All right, I will appoint an attorney for you. All right, do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
All right, good luck to you. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Keanisha Darby.
All right, Miss Darby. Oh, yes, Miss Darby. All right, Miss Darby. You initially came before me with, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charges. First charge is failure to yield to an emergency vehicle. I am going to grant a bond of $500. Defective equipment, I'm going to grant a bond of $500. Child restraint violation, I'm going to grant a bond of $500. The DUI charge, the child endangerment charge, and the obstruction charge, I'm going to dismiss those. Now, I forgot to mention this to everyone, but if I dismiss a charge at this stage, later on down the road, those charges they could come back again, okay? I don't know whether they will or not, but I did not have enough information to continue those charges against you. It doesn't mean that they did happen. It doesn't mean that they didn't. I have to follow the law, and the law says that I have to have some evidence, and I have zero evidence, okay? So those charges are going to be dismissed. So your total bond is going to be $1,500. Okay, are you going to be able to make that?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, very good. So again, I don't know if those charges will come back. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. Your next court date is going to be September 20th, but if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. Okay. Now, do you want to hire your own attorney, or would you like for me to appoint one for you?
I would like to have a court-appointed attorney.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to grant that request for you, Ms. Darby. Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, looks like we have.
Morning.
Morning, Ms. Bermudez. Give me just a moment. All right, ma'am, what's your full name?
Cynthia Dawson Downey.
All right, Ms. Downey. Ms. Downey, looks like you were charged with one count of criminal trespass.
Yes, sir.
Let me see. That is a misdemeanor, and I am going to grant a bond.
Thank you.
The bond is going to be $2,000.
Okay.
Who is it Randy Downey? Who is that to you?
That's my husband.
Okay. So it's alleged that you had done something with his vehicle. Do you all live together?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all have any children together?
No, sir.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not gonna kick you out of your residence and make you find another place to live because there wasn't a violent act towards him, it's towards his vehicle. But I'm going to add the special condition that you have no violent contact with him, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
So what that means is that, you know, like I said earlier, don't slam doors, kick things, push them over, throw things. I mean, you know, you're a grown up. I know that being in a relationship can get very heated, but you just have to make sure that you compose yourself and act like a grown up, okay? So you don't end
Yes,
up
sir.
back in this type of situation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. All right. Now, your next court date is September the 20th. Are you going to be able to make your bond of $2,000?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. All right, so if you bond out, you don't have to go to your preliminary hearing date, okay? Just make sure your address and information is up to date. Do you want to hire your own attorney, or would you like me to appoint one for you?
Would you please appoint one?
Okay. Okay, very good. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Hey,
I'm sorry?
Hinton.
Okay, Hinton, got it. All right, Miss Hinton, you are charged with one count of kidnapping, which is a felony, and one count of theft by taking. I believe that's a felony as well, all right? I am going to grant a bond in your case, okay? On the kidnapping charge, it's going to be $3,000. On the theft by taking, it's going to be $4,000. So your total bond is $7,000, okay? Also, a special condition of your bond is to not have any contact with Demetrius, Roman, and Fred Jackson. Are they associates of yours, neighbors of yours? What's your relationship to them?
Church members in connection to where I was living at.
Okay.
Um,
So do y'all live in the same place?
no, they live in a different place, but he's running that where I live at.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna say, I don't know about as far as in a bond or anything, but you told me the 7,000 was over here or whatever. So I will still have to go somewhere else anyway, because I can't,
Yeah, and that's for your own good and make sure that nothing else happens and tempers calm down and things like that. So like I said, I am going to grant a bond, but just don't go back to where they are, okay? You can find anywhere else you want to live. All right.
Okay.
Now, your next court date is on September the 21st. If you bond out, you don't have to pay, but if not, then you'll have an opportunity to speak with a lawyer and probably negotiate either a bond or some type of agreement with the state in your case, okay? Now, do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
Appoint one for me, please.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing, Judge, I would, whenever I leave, I would have to, I'll just talk to the lawyer about it, so,
There you go.
and just do it that way, and then I'll see you on the 28th of this.
There you go. That's a good idea. You don't want to broadcast your business out there to everybody. Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions?
No,
All right. Thank you. Good luck.
thank you.
All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Deja James.
All right. Miss James. Let's see. Miss James, you are charged with what I have here is 4 counts. Warrant ending in 560, identity fraud. I'm going to grant a bond of $3,000. Warrant ending in 561, financial transaction card fraud, bond of $3,000. Warrant ending in 562, deposit account fraud, bond of $3,000. And then warrant ending in 563, financial transaction card fraud, $3,000. So the total bond for you is $12,000. Those are all felony charges, okay? Your next court date is a preliminary hearing of September the 19th. Do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
You can appoint one, and if I do find one after I buy it out, then I'll let the court.
Sure. That's fine. Just make sure that if you do that, make sure that they file the appropriate paperwork with the court so that they know that you're going to be represented, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
What's your name?
Coriana Jones.
All right, Ms. Jones, give me just a moment. All right, Ms. Jones, you are charged with 1 count of battery, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $2,000 and criminal damage in the 2nd degree, which I believe is a felony count. Give me just a second. It is also bond in the amount of $2,000. Now, who is Sheldon Brown to you?
That's my ex-boyfriend.
Okay, all right. Do y'all live together?
We used to, we don't anymore.
Okay, so y'all don't live together anymore.
No, sir.
Okay, that's good. Do y'all have any children together?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna put no violent contact, and you've heard what I've said about that, right?
Yes.
All right. Just make sure that you abide by that. No yelling, cussing, things of that nature. All right. So your total bond is going to be $4,000. Your next court date is going to be September the 19th.
Okay.
If you bond out, you do not have to go to that court date. Okay.
If I bond out, I don't have to go.
That's right. But just make sure that your information is up to date with the sheriff's office and the clerk's office so they know when to mail you your court date after that.
Okay.
Now, do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
You can appoint one for me.
Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. I will do that. Do you have any other questions?
That's it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you.
This is the female that needs a Spanish interpreter. I see that she's online now.
Okay. What's her name?
Ms. Therese.
Therese. Let me see. I'm trying to find. Oh, Yuli Therese. Okay. I had her on the other side.
Morning, Judge. I do not have her information.
Okay. Ms. Bermudez, what do you need on your end?
I need her full name and at least her warrant number and one of her charges.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Thank you.
Here's the last one. Okay. All right. I believe her full name is Yule, Y-U-L-E, Torres, like Torres, but with an E. Warrant, she has two warrants, 2022 WA 13858. That's failure to obey an officer. And then 2022 WA 13859, which is no license.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Now, is there anything I need to do to activate the function, or do we just do it like this?
If you just want to do it like that, it's fine. It depends. It depends, I guess, how long it's going to be, Judge.
This shouldn't be very long.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll speak and then I'll let you do the interpretation. I'll wait for your response.
Yes, sir.
Oh, but let me go ahead and swear you in. If you can raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to faithfully and accurately translate from English to Spanish and English to Spanish during these court proceedings?
I do.
All right. You can put your hand down. All right. Ms. Bermudez, if you could ask Ms. Terez what her full name is.
Señorita Terres, ¿cuál es su nombre completo?
Es Yule Lucero Moreno Torres.
Repita.
Yule Lucero Moreno Torres.
Yule Lucero Moreno Torres.
Okay. And so she's saying it's Torres with an O, correct?
Torres con O, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. All right. They had it correct on the warrant, but not on the bond form. That's fine. All right. Ms. Torres, you are charged with 2 misdemeanor violations.
Señorita Torres, a usted se le acusa de 2 delitos menores, 2 infracciones.
The first one being failure to obey a person directing traffic.
El primero es de no obedecer a una persona que estaba dirigiendo el tránsito.
Okay.
The other one is driving without a valid license.
Y la otra es de manejar sin licencia de conducir válida.
Okay.
Both of those are misdemeanor charges, and I am going to grant a bond on both charges.
Estos 2 cargos son cargos por delitos menores y yo le voy a conceder una fianza.
Okay.
On the first charge, warrant 2022 WA 13858, it's 500.
En el primer cargo, en la orden de arresto 2022 WA 13858 es de 500.
Okay.
And on the no license charge, 2022 WA 13859 is 1,000.
Y en el cargo de no licencia de 2022 WA 13859 es de $1,000.
Okay. En total entonces son 1,500.
So the total will be 1,500.
That's correct.
Es correcto.
Okay.
Are you going to be able to pay that amount?
¿Va usted a poder pagar esta cantidad?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. The next court date is going to be September the 20th.
La próxima corte va a ser el día 20 de septiembre.
If
30.
you,
Perdón.
El día 20 de septiembre.
20 de septiembre. Okay.
Correcto.
okay. If you bond out of jail, you do not have to go to that court date.
Si usted paga su fianza y sale de la cárcel, usted no tendría que asistir a esa corte.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Just make sure that your address and your information is correct with the court and the sheriff's department.
Solamente asegúrese que su dirección y que su información es la correcta, tanto con la comisaría como con la corte, con la oficina del actuario.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You have the right to have an attorney for these charges.
¿Usted tiene el derecho de tener un abogado para estos cargos?
do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
¿Usted quiere contratar su propio abogado o usted quiere que yo le nombre uno?
Yo quiero agarrar mi abogado.
I would like to hire my own attorney.
Okay, that's fine. Then you can do that.
Ok, está bien. Usted puede hacer eso.
Just make sure that they know that they need to file paperwork with the courts to let everyone know that you are represented by them.
Solamente asegúrese de que ellos sometan la información con la corte registrándose como su abogado diciendo que ellos le están representando a usted.
Ok.
All right. Do you have any questions about your case?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta con respecto a su caso?
No, sin suponer, si ahorita yo le dijera a mi hermana que, o sea, tengo para poder pagar, lo pagan, me pueden dejar libre ya en cualquier momento.
So if I tell my sister that I have the money to pay it, once she pays it, are they going to release me at any moment?
Okay. So if you pay your bond, the sheriff's department will process that paperwork. As long as you do not have any pending criminal charges in Clayton County or anywhere else, you should be good to go. And as long as you do not have an immigration hold, then you should be good to go.
Si usted paga esa cantidad, ellos van a procesar la documentación siempre y cuando usted no tenga cargos penales pendientes en el condado de Clayton ni en ningún otro lugar, o de que usted no tenga una orden de detención de migración.
Ok, pues no tengo ningún delito desde aquí y solamente preguntaba por mis hijas porque tengo 2 hijas.
No, I don't have any charges here, and I was just asking because of my girls, because I have two girls.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you don't have anything that would prevent you from leaving, just allow them some time to process that paperwork and they'll get to it as quickly as they can.
Sí, solamente si usted no tiene nada que evite que usted pueda, la puedan poner en libertad, solamente dele tiempo a ellos para que ellos procesen la documentación y ellos lo van a hacer lo más pronto posible.
Ok, gracias.
Ok, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good luck.
Ok, muchas gracias y buena suerte.
Ok, thank you.
All right, Ms. Bermudez, we're almost done with these and then we'll go to the mail side.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, ma'am, can you tell me your full name, please?
Michelle Thompson.
All right, Miss Thompson. Ms. Thompson, you are here along with Mr. Lee, is that correct?
Correct.
I see. I didn't know that you two, I came across his paperwork before I came across yours, and I didn't put it together until I read the warrants on your case. Usually in a situation like, well, here's the thing, right? I only need this much evidence to continue the case. You heard that I had to I dismissed somebody else's charges, right? You heard me say that because they gave me this much. I have only need this much, okay? And even though I don't like certain charges, and even though I don't like certain cases, it's not my job to decide what I do like, what I don't like. I just have to follow the law. Sometimes people think it's fair. Sometimes people think it's unfair. Okay. So I say all that to say this. I gave some consideration to dismissing the charge, but I have enough for it to continue. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that it won't get worked out sometime later on down the road. Okay. I'm not passing judgment on that, but I have to follow the law. So you're charged with 1 count of battery. It's a misdemeanor. The bond is $2,500. Are you going to be able to make that?
Yes.
Okay, good. A special condition of your bond is to not have any contact with him, Philip Lee. Now I'm going to tell you he's going to have a special condition of his bond not to have any contact with you, because for whatever reason, y'all two are not mixing together well right now. So it's best that y'all just don't deal with each other until y'all can resolve these legal matters. And then if you can work it out, great. If you can't, okay. But you know, I have a duty to protect you. I have a duty to protect him. I have a duty to protect the people that live in y'all's neighborhood, and we just don't want anything boiling over and getting worse than what it already got. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now I don't know about y'all's living situation, so let me see. Okay, you have on your application that you live in Atlanta, is that correct?
That's my mailing address. I just currently moved to a new apartment housing, like a new apartment. And he's currently supposed to be staying at the other house.
So I guess my question is, are y'all living together or not living together?
No, we're not living together.
Okay, perfect, good. All right. Well then make sure y'all continue not living together, okay? Because if y'all start interacting with each other, guess what? Both y'all going to jail again. So I'm sure that you don't like being in jail and you enjoy your freedom, correct?
Correct.
All right, very good. That's what I thought. So the 20th, if you bond out, then you do not have to you don't have to go to that court date. Just make sure that your paperwork is tight with the sheriff's department and the clerk's office, okay?
Okay.
All right, now, do you want to hire your own attorney, or would you like for me to appoint one for you?
You can appoint one.
Okay, let me take a look. Okay. All right, now, do you have any questions about your case?
No,
You sound hesitant. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, just remember, don't, as far as you're concerned, Mr. Philip Lee does not exist in your world. Okay, and I'm gonna tell him the same thing. All right.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you. All right, can you tell me your name, please?
Miss Ward.
All right, Miss Ward, you were charged, Miss Ward, you were charged with false report of a crime, which is a misdemeanor. I have reviewed the warrant and I'm dismissing the charges against you. Now, just like I told the other person a while back, maybe there's more information that the officers didn't include because they thought they did a good enough job of giving me the evidence that I needed, but I don't have enough evidence. You know, the actions that they allege that you did is probably not the smartest thing, but I didn't see a crime in it, okay? Now, whether the DA's office or solicitor's office, they come back and review it, I have no idea, okay? But I just want to make you aware that there's a possibility that they could provide more evidence to another judge later on down the road, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any questions for me? Your paperwork, give it some time. We got to process all this paperwork and I got to send it off. And then as long as you don't have any pending charges in Clayton County or somewhere else, they'll let you go, okay?
Yes, I do have a question. So I do have another pending charge. So if you were to give me a court date, it's technically going to be on the same date as what you've been given previous.
I see. Well, the only thing that you're in front of me on is the false report of a crime. So I don't have any control and I can't give you a court date on any other pending charges. Is it in Clayton County or somewhere else?
Yeah, that's considered Clayton County. It's Hampton.
Hampton could be either Henry or Clayton. It depends on.
It's a Tom Lodge civil court in Hampton.
Okay, well then, it doesn't sound like, from what you're stating, it doesn't sound like that would keep you in jail. So again, the only thing I have you on is the false report of a crime. So that one's getting dismissed. So as long as you don't have anything else, you'll be free to go and then you can make your other court date, okay?
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, no problem. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, that is the picture of the females.
All right, very good.
Have a good day. Maybe be dismissed.
I'm sorry?
Maybe be dismissed.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Who do we have in front of?
This is Byron Marino. He's the one who needs the assistance of a Spanish interpreter.
Okay, give me just a second because. Okay, I just need to find his, did I have his middle document? Give me just a second, let me check. His name looked familiar. Middle documents. Construction, grounds, racing. Oh, okay, hold on a second. Ah, here we go. All right, and then we'll do Martinez next, and then that'll conclude Ms. Bermudez's obligations here.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's. There we go. All right, Ms. Bermudez, if you could ask the inmate his full name, please.
Señor, por favor, dígame su nombre completo.
Cristian Alexander Baires Merino.
Cristian Alexander.
Baires Merino.
Cristian Alexander Baires Merino.
Okay. All right. Mr. Baires Merino is charged with 1 count of misdemeanor obstruction.
Al señor Baires Merino se le acusa de un cargo menor por impedir el trabajo de un oficial.
1 count of driving on a suspended or revoked or no valid license.
Un cargo de manejar con licencias suspendida, revocada o no válida.
1 count of racing on the highways or streets.
Un cargo de tener carreras en las autopistas o en las carreteras.
And 1 count of obstructing a street, sidewalk, or highway.
Y un cargo de impedir el flujo de vehículos en las aceras o en las carreteras.
All right. All of his charges are misdemeanor charges.
Todos sus cargos son delitos menores.
And I am going to grant a bond.
Y le voy a conceder una fianza.
Okay. Do you need the warrant numbers, Ms. Bermudez?
I don't. Sir.
Okay. All right. On the, I'm going to go through all of them and just do all of them at the same time. On the obstruction charge, it's 1,000. On the license charge, it's 1,500. On the racing charge, it's 1,500. And on the obstructing highway, it's 2,000. So.
Por el cargo de impedir el trabajo de un oficial, el cargo es, la fianza es de $1,000. Por el cargo de no licencia, la fianza es de $1,500. Por tener carreras en las autopistas o en las carreteras, la fianza es de $1,500. Y poder impedir el flujo de vehículos, la fianza es de $2,000.
So that's a total bond of $6,000.
O sea que su fianza total es de $6,000.
All right. Are you going to be able to make that bond, sir?
¿Va usted a poder pagar su fianza, señor? ¿Dijo que sí? Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Your next court date is September the 20th if you do not bond out, but if you do bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date.
Su próxima corte va a ser el día 20 de septiembre. Eso es si usted no paga su fianza y sale. Pero si usted paga su fianza y sale, usted no tiene que comparecer para esa corte.
You have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Usted tiene el derecho de contratar su propio abogado o yo le podría nombrar uno. ¿Qué quiere usted hacer?
Yo contrato uno.
I'll hire one.
Okay, so you're going to hire one on your own.
O sea, que usted va a contratar su propio abogado. ¿Eso fue lo que dijo, señor? ¿Usted va a contratar su propio abogado?
I need a yes or a no.
Necesito que diga sí o no.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Do you have any questions?
Muy bien. ¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta?
No.
No.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Ok, buena suerte, señor.
All right, let's get Martinez. All right, Mr. Martinez. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I need to take a 30-second brief recess. Give me 30 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, Mr. Martinez, or can you state your full name, please?
Señor Martínez, ¿podría usted decir su nombre completo, por favor? Repita, que no le escuché.
No la escuché. Oh, mi problema.
¿Podría usted decir su nombre completo, por favor?
Maximino León Martínez.
Dijo, repita.
Maximino León Martínez.
Maximino de León Martínez.
León.
León.
Sí, León.
Okay, I've got it. Maximino Leon Martinez. All right, Mr. Leon Martinez, you were charged with 1 misdemeanor count of simple assault, 1 felony count of aggravated assault, and 1 misdemeanor count of terroristic threats.
Just to make sure, is 1 misdemeanor of simple assault.
Correct. ¿Qué pasó?
Deme un segundito, señor.
Okay.
And aggravated assault.
Correct.
And is that a felony?
Yes.
And the last one was terroristic threats.
Threats. Correct.
And that is also a felony.
Misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor.
That's correct.
Just wanted to make sure.
Or actually, hold on, Ms. Bermudez. I'm sorry. The terroristic threats is a felony, the way that it's written.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, señor León Martínez, a usted se le acusa de un delito menor de agresión corporal simple, de agresión con agravante, lo cual es un delito grave, y de amenazas terroristas, lo cual es un delito grave.
No es cierto eso, nomás que le...
But the thing is that that is not true.
Okay. Look, this is, I guess he didn't understand the instructions in the beginning, so that's okay. Let me explain to you, Mr. Leon Martinez, this is not an opportunity for you to present evidence.
Okay. Por el hecho de que usted no entendió las instrucciones en el principio, yo le voy a explicar. Esta no es su oportunidad para presentar pruebas.
You will have a later court date where you can tell the court or your lawyer why these charges are incorrect.
Usted va a tener otra corte en la cual usted va a tener la oportunidad de decirle a su abogado o a la corte de por qué estos cargos no son correctos.
No, pues
Today,
hasta el policía me agarró.
En el día de hoy.
Me pegó mucho.
Today, hold on one second.
Espérese un momentito.
Okay.
So let me talk, let Ms. Bermudez translate, and then I'll ask you questions at the very end.
Déjeme hablar, deje que la señora Bermúdez interprete y luego yo le voy a hacer preguntas al final.
Okay.
I understand that you do not agree with the police report.
Yo entiendo que usted no está de acuerdo con el informe policial.
You will have an opportunity to fight that later on.
Y usted va a tener la oportunidad de pelear esto luego.
Today's not that day.
Pero hoy no es el día para eso.
Today, I'm just going to tell you what you're charged with,
En el día de hoy yo solamente le voy a decir de lo que se le acusa,
what your bond is,
de cuánto es su fianza
and what your next court date is.
y cuándo va a ser su próxima corte.
We're not going to talk about the evidence.
No vamos a hablar de las pruebas.
And anything that you say right now is being broadcast on the internet.
Y cualquier cosa que usted diga en estos momentos está siendo transmitida por el internet.
So don't say anything about your case
O sea que no diga nada con respecto a su caso,
because it can be used against you.
porque esto podría ser usado en su contra.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende usted?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, very good.
Ok, muy
All
bien.
right. Ms. Bermudez, were you able to let the defendant know or the inmate know his charges against him?
I did, Judge.
Okay. I am going to grant a bond on your charges, Mr. Leon Martinez.
Señor Leo Martínez, yo le voy a fijar fianza en sus cargos.
Okay.
On the misdemeanor, simple assault, it's $4,000.
Por el cargo de agresión corporal simple, va a ser de $4,000.
For the aggravated assault felony, it's $6,000.
Por el cargo de agresión con agravante, un delito grave va a ser de $6,000.
And for the terroristic threats felony, it's $5,000.
Y por el cargo de amenazas terroristas, delito grave es de $5,000.
So total bond of $15,000.
O sea que la fianza total va a ser de $15,000.
Typically, a bonding company will want 15 to 20% in order to bond you out.
Generalmente, una compañía de fianzas le cobraría del 15 al 20% para pagar la fianza por usted.
Okay. Now, I don't control it. I'm just kind of giving you the general advice and my experiences.
Yo no controlo esto, yo solamente le estoy dando información general de lo que ha sido mi experiencia.
Okay. Now, there are going to be special conditions of your bond that you need to pay attention to.
Ahora, usted va a tener condiciones especiales en su fianza a las cuales usted tiene que prestarle atención.
So, I don't want you to have any contact with Veronica Gomez Maldonado.
Yo no quiero que usted tenga ningún tipo de contacto con Verónica Gámez Maldonado.
And also Nelson Chicas Hernandez.
Y tampoco con Nelson Chicas Hernández.
Okay.
Ella es mi esposa.
But she's my wife.
I understand that, and I know that it may be difficult, but for right now, until your case is resolved or another judge changes it, I have to put that in place.
Yo entiendo esto, yo entiendo que es difícil, pero por estos momentos, hasta que el caso se solucione o que otro juez cambie
Actually,
esto.
one moment, Ms. Bermudez. I
Yes, sir.
think I have made a mistake in his favor.
Ok, tal parece que yo
Okay,
he cometido un error a su favor.
so he can have contact with his wife.
Usted puede tener contacto con su esposa.
However,
Sin embargo,
this may be his brother-in-law.
puede ser que este sea su cuñado.
No contact with Juan Gomez Maldonado.
No puede tener contacto con Juan Gómez Maldonado.
Is that your brother-in-law?
¿Ese es su cuñado?
Sí, pero ya se va a ir por otro lado.
Yes, but he was just going to leave to another place.
Then it'll be easy for you not to have any contact with them.
Entonces va a ser fácil para usted no tener contacto con él.
Sí.
Yes.
All right. So I'm taking off the no contact with your wife, so you can have contact with your wife.
sea que yo estoy retirando la disposición de que no puede tener contacto con su esposa, o sea que sí puede tener contacto con su esposa.
Okay.
All right, but Nelson Chicas Hernandez and Juan Gomez Maldonado, don't talk to them, don't be around them.
Pero a Nelson Chicas Hernández y Juan Gámez Maldonado,
No,
no hable
no.
con ellos ni tenga contacto con ellos.
No, okay.
Okay,
¿Ok?
all right. Now, you have the right to hire your own lawyer, or I can appoint one for you.
Usted tiene el derecho de contratar su propio abogado o yo le podría nombrar uno.
What would you want me to do?
Yo lo consigo.
¿Qué quiere usted que yo haga? I'll get one.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Ok, está
Do
bien.
do you have any other questions?
¿Tiene usted alguna otra pregunta?
Okay, okay.
I thought you said that's fine. Okay, all right, well, good luck to you, sir.
Ok, buena suerte, señor.
Ándale, gracias.
That was a little lost in translation, Judge.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. That's okay. All right, I don't think we have any more inmates. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, that's correct.
For Ms. Bermudez? Okay, all right. Thank you, Ms. Bermudez.
You are
Appreciate it
very welcome. Good seeing you, Judge.
too. All right. All right, what's your name, sir?
Calhoun.
One second. Hey, Deputy Ricania, do we have Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll do Brown last, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Just wanted to make sure I'm on the same page on that. All right, let's see here. Mr. Calhoun. Yeah, Mr. Calhoun, you are charged with 1 count of obstruction of an officer and 1 count of criminal trespass. They're both misdemeanor charges, okay? I am going to grant a bond in your case. It's going to be $1,000 for each charge. So your total bond is going to be $2,000. Also, part of the special. What's that?
They already paid.
No, there's no way they already paid because I just announced what your bond is going to be. So nobody would even know what it was. Now, as part of the special condition of your bond, do not go back to the Walmart located at 2940 Anvil Block Road. There's a lot of Walmarts in Clayton County. There's one in Morrow. There's one in Stockbridge. There's one in Riverdale. Go there. Go to Publix. Go to Kroger, whatever you need to do. Do not go back to that Walmart. Do you understand?
Sure.
You go back to that Walmart, not only are you going to face potentially another criminal trespass, but you're going to be facing violation of a court order. And so you run the risk of not getting out of jail. Does that make sense? Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Very good. Now your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. If you bond out, you don't have to make that court date. Just make sure that your information is up to date with the sheriff's office. Okay. Now, do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you? Do you want to hire your own lawyer?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's very simple. Either you can say, I would like to hire my.
I don't even supposed to be here.
Well, you're here, so I need to know whether you want me to appoint a lawyer for you or you want to hire your own. I'll tell you what, I'm going to appoint you a lawyer because if you don't even understand why you're here, then you most definitely need some legal guidance. So
I'm not supposed to be here.
I'm going to appoint an attorney for you, sir, and you can discuss with your attorney why you are here. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay, all right, well, good luck to you, sir. Don't go back to that Walmart.
Yeah.
All right. All right, what's your name, sir?
Quincy January.
All right. Let's see here. Mr. January. All right, sir, you are charged with 1 misdemeanor count of defective headlights. The bond is going to be $500. 1 count of driving under the influence. The bond is going to be $2,500. and then 1 count of open container misdemeanor 500. So your total bond is $3,500. Are you gonna be able to post that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Well, then your next court date is going to be September 20th, but you don't have to go to that court date if you bond out, okay? Just make sure your information is good with the clerk's office so you don't miss upcoming court dates. Now, do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
Appoint one, Your Honor.
Okay. I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case, Mr. January?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Okay, I'm sorry. You said September 20th, correct? For my court date.
That's right. But if you bond out, you won't have that court date. Your case will automatically be sent to the solicitor's office.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Coleman Jenkins.
All right. Mr. Jenkins, you are charged with 1 count of improper lane change. The bond is $500, and 1 count of driving under the influence. The bond is $2,500. So your total bond is going to be $3,000. Are you going to be able to make that, sir?
I will do my best, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I will do my best, Your Honor.
Okay, understood. That's all we can do, right? If you do bond out, you don't have to go to your preliminary hearing date. It'll be sent to the state court of Clayton County. Otherwise, your next court date is going to be on September the 20th, okay? Now, you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. Which one would you like?
For now, I will ask the court to appoint me an attorney.
Okay, that's fine. I will do that. If you change your mind later on down the road and you want to hire your own attorney, that's not a problem. Just make sure that they follow the appropriate paperwork with the court, okay?
Thank you.
All right, any other questions?
If I have the money, I know it's going to be 20%, but if I have the money myself, how can I, even though I have to get someone to sign me, how can I get the money that I have to pay for that bond?
Sure. I don't exactly know, Mr. Jenkins. Let's just say that you had a bunch of spare money sitting around in your bank account, talk to the sheriff's deputies, because you can pay the sheriff's department directly, but you would have to pay the whole thing versus paying a percentage, right? And so you can do it that way, or you can go through a bonding company. I'm sure that there's ways that you can use a telephone at the jail to call a bonding company and see how that would work. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be of much help to you.
I understand.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Please. Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Bill Lee.
Mr. Lee, you came in with Miss Thompson, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear what I told her, or you didn't?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to repeat the entire thing, just certain portions of it. Okay. Even though I don't like the charges, because somebody's the victim and somebody's not the victim, you both can't be guilty, right?
Yes, sir.
But that's for later on down the road. I have enough evidence to continue the case, so that's what I'm going to do. It's one charge of battery. It's a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond of $3,000. Okay. Are you going to be able to make that?
I don't know. I don't really have no family out here.
I see. Well, that's pretty low given the circumstances. So, you know, I can't do anything else.
Can't get a signature bond?
No, we're not doing that. To me, it's either the charges are dismissed or it's a low bond. You know, there's not much wiggle room on it. And like I said, even though I don't like it, I got to follow the law. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on September 20th. If you bond out, you don't have to go to that. If you're still here on September 20th, you should have a conversation with the attorney and get them to negotiate. Now, they may be able to negotiate you a recognizance bond at that juncture, but not right here, okay? But if you do bond out, just make sure that you have a good address and stuff for the clerk's office. Now, you do have special condition of part of your bond is to not have any contact with Miss Nichelle Thompson, all right? You heard what I told her. Y'all two just aren't mixing together good right now. So don't have any contact with her. Don't mess with her. Don't go to where she lives. Don't phone her, Instagram her, Facebook message, whatever it is that y'all think is okay to do. She equals jail for you and you equal jail for her. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
Appoint one.
All right. Give me just a second.
Is there any way I could get the court date to the 19th instead of the 20th? Because I already have a court date that same day.
The 19th is for felonies, so you don't want that court date. You don't want me to upgrade it to a felony, do you?
No, I already have a court date in Clayton County for the 19th. That's not a felony charge though. It's a misdemeanor.
Oh, well, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how you got that, because the court dates that I was given was the 19th is for felonies, the 20th misdemeanors, and then the 21st is for felonies. So I don't know. But either way, it's on the 20th. I've granted your request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions other than what you've already asked me?
That's everybody.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right. Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Andre Matthew.
All right. Give me just a second. All right, Mr. Matthew, you were charged with one count of, hold on one second for me. Hold on one second. Okay, all right. You are charged with one count of theft by conversion. I have read the warrant and I am going to dismiss the charge against you. This is a civil matter, and so they can deal with your alleged breach of contract with you in a different court, but not in the criminal court. So as long as you don't have any other cases or charges pending in Clayton County or somewhere else, they'll process the dismissal order. Just give them some time, be patient, don't get in any more trouble, and you'll be good to go, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, sir. All right, sir, what's your name?
Mayo. Mayo.
All right, Mr. Mayo, you were charged with one count of simple battery. It is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in your case. The bond is going to be $3,000. A special condition of your bond is to not have any contact with Amanda Cheney. Who is that to you? Okay, well, just like I've told the other people, right? You've been around listening and paying attention to what's going on. She equals jail. So don't Instagram, kick, message, whatever it is that y'all think you can do and be smart to not get caught. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back where you are right now. Okay. Your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. Do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you? What's that? Appoint one. All right. All right. Do you have any questions? You got to give me a yes or a no.
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Parks.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Joshua Parks.
All right, Mr. Parks, you are charged with one count of theft by taking, looks to be a misdemeanor, bond is 2,000, criminal trespass, bond is 2,000. Who is Nakia Clark? Who is that to you?
My children's mother.
Do y'all live together?
No, sir.
Okay, good. All right. So for while this case is pending and while this order's in effect, don't have any contact with her, okay? If y'all have children together and you want to see the kids, that's not a problem. Just don't contact her. Make arrangements through a third party to where they can get the kids, you can see them and things like that, okay? I don't have to repeat it. I'm sure you heard what I just told the last guy and all the people in front of you, right? You don't want to end up back where you are. Don't have any contact with her. If you want that to be changed, have your attorney file a motion and get another judge to change it. All right. Your next court date is going to be on September the 20th. Let me make sure that's correct. Yep, it is. If you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Now you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like for me to do?
Appoint one, please.
Okay. All right, I will do that for you, sir. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, my mother or her mother would be the only possibilities of me contacting the kids. Her and my mother, I guess they cool, but not all the time. So I guess contacting her mother would be the only other option.
I mean, you can contact anybody in the entire planet as long as they don't have a court order to not contact, right? So there's 300 million people in America. You can contact any of them except her, all right? So if you need to go through your mom, now, look, it may be difficult. I understand that, but, get creative, do what you need to do to take care of your children, but just don't have any contact with her. It can be done. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Bobby Russell.
All right. Mr. Russell, you were charged with one count of, let me make sure this is correct. Misdemeanor, fleeing and eluding. Bond is going to be $2,500. All right. Your next court date is going to be on September the 20th, right? But for your preliminary hearing. Now, you have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like?
I would like to appoint one.
Okay. I will do that. Now, if you make your bond here, it says here that you have charges out in Henry. They'll clear you here, but they may send you over to Henry County, or Henry County may not want you. I don't know. But just keep that in mind when you're looking for bond. Just because you bond out here, you may not be free to go if you have charges in other jurisdictions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any questions?
I think it's I didn't know I had a trespassing charge. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't have access to their stuff, but look, just work hard, get this stuff cleared up. You should be relatively all right. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
So that's it.
All right. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, what's your name?
Daniel Joshua Sellers.
All right. Okay, well, let me do one thing at a time. All right, Mr. Sellers, you're charged with 1 count of criminal trespass. The bond is going to be hold on. Bond is going to be $2,000. Okay, are you going to be able to make that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay, very good. You do have a special condition as part of your bond to not go back to the Wayfield store located at 8777 Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, okay? So I don't know if you used to work there, you had friends there, or a significant other there, or you have some kind of beef with somebody there, just don't go back to that property, okay? There's tons of stores and food locations. There's Kroger, there's Walmart, there's just about anything you can imagine in Jonesboro. Just don't go back to that location. For whatever reason, they don't want you there. So don't get cute and try to walk along the sidewalk on the property line or anything like that. Just stay away, because if you go there, you come back here. Does that make sense? All right. Now on your court application, you wrote a name on here, and I don't understand what is that about? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me at the jail?
He can hear you, Your Honor. He was giving me the same response when I asked him to fill the form out.
Okay. Mr. Sellers, do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want me to appoint one for you? Can you speak up for me, please?
Appointed.
Got it. Okay. Do you have a reason why you wrote somebody's name on the application? Well, that's all right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and appoint it because it appears that you are in need of some legal guidance, sir. And you stated on the record that you wanted me to appoint one. So that's what I'm going to do. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir. Don't go back to that location, okay? All right. What's your name, sir?
Antoine Singleton.
All right. Mr. Singleton. All right, Mr. Singleton. You are charged with 1 count of criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to grant a bond in the amount of $3,000. Okay. Now, you will have a special condition of your bond to not have any contact with Shakia, or I don't know how to say the first name, Shakia Lloyd. Okay, who is that to you?
That's my wife.
Okay, do y'all have kids together?
3, and we live together. We've been living together for 5 years.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'll tell you what, give me a second, okay? I want to look at, I just want to go back and look at something again. Singleton. Oh, hold on a second. Here we go. Bear with me, Mr. Singleton, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. How long have y'all been together, Mr. Singleton?
We've been married 9 years.
Okay.
I mean, cut y'all. We lived together for married 9 years. So next year it'll be 10 years we've been married, and we got 3 kids together. One 11, and the twins are 7 years old.
Okay. When did you move to Georgia?
You said when I moved to Georgia?
Yes, sir.
In 2017 on November, on Thanksgiving Day. When I bought my home, when I bought the home in 2017, Thanksgiving Day.
I got you. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Mr. Singleton. I'm going to put no violent contact. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is since you've been in Georgia, it appears that you haven't been in any trouble, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
South Carolina, it's kind of hit or miss on that.
That's why I'm up here, sir, for a new start. And I've been up here 5 years. I don't get no trouble, sir. I don't get in trouble, period.
I got you. I got you. I still have to, make a mental note of it, right?
Yes,
but you've been here and you've been behaving yourself, and you didn't put your hands on anybody, but you see what happens. Even if you don't put your hands on somebody, things can go wrong. So I know that, tempers flare and you think that punching a hole in a wall or throwing things is better than hitting somebody. But at the same time, are y'all legally married?
Legally married. We get married in South Carolina at the courthouse. We get married 2000. Matter of fact, we get married. Oh Lord, I'm so nervous.
I got you.
We get married in 2013.
Okay. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, I can't verify your marital status. I'm just asking. So I'm gonna the criminal trespass.
I know it. February 13, 2013.
There you go.
I just been nervous. That's all, sir.
It's okay. It's all right. You got to remember your marriage date, man. That's an important date.
I sit in front of you and I just nervous.
All right. So, let me get through this for you, okay? Criminal trespass, I'm going to grant you a bond of $3,000. Special condition to have no violent contact. So don't throw things, don't hit things, don't yell, don't cuss, don't scream, don't do none of that type of stuff, all right? You got to remain cool as a cucumber, okay? Yes. Now, on the cruelty to children charge, I'm dismissing that one against you. They didn't name the victim, so I don't know who the victim is, and so I can't legally keep that charge on you. Now, they could bring that charge back later on down the road if they want to. I don't know if they will. I don't know if they won't. I'm just letting you know. Don't be surprised if you show up to court in a future date and then they've got more charges, okay? But right now, I don't have a victim. They don't have a case, okay? Yes, so no violent contact with Shaquille Lloyd. Are you going to be able to make your bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. The court date would be September the 20th if you do not bond out, okay? But if you bond out, you don't need to go to that court date. Now, do you want to hire your own attorney or do you want me to appoint one for you?
You can appoint one for me, sir.
Oh, I don't know if you're going to qualify. Are you employed?
No, sir, I'm disabled. I've been disabled since 2015, 7 years now. I got a prosthetic leg.
Were you in the military?
No, sir. In the foot level, I've been at work and the foot level run my foot over at work and took my foot below the knee down.
Okay. But you do have a rental property?
Yes, sir. At 939, that's my own. I have bought it.
Okay. All right. Well, it's on the border, but I'm gonna grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Okay. All right. So I've told you what your bond is, your court date, your special conditions. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a nice day.
All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Brown. All right. Give me just 1 second, sir.
Mr. Brown, Frank Brown.
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Brown, good afternoon. I am Judge Daniel Nagel. This hearing is what is called an extradition hearing. All of the rights that I discussed with people earlier also apply in your case, but your hearing is a little different from the other first appearance hearings that have just taken place. You do not have any pending charges against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you in another state. And they are requesting that you return to the state to answer these charges. And are you in fact Frank W. Brown?
Yes.
Okay. Do you already have an attorney representing you in the case, in this case?
No, this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Got it. All right. Well, you were charged with being a fugitive from justice as follows. Enter and remain in the state of Georgia knowing that you were wanted by, looks like Broward County Sheriff's Office, Florida for larceny, warrant number W936506692, a felony. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to OCGA Title 17, Chapter 13. As you have heard, it is alleged that you are charged with larceny in the state of Florida. Now, you have a choice as to whether you wish to contest extradition or to waive extradition and be returned to the other state without going through the formal extradition process. If you decide that you wish to contest extradition, the court may commit you to the county jail for an initial period of 30 days. During that time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition to the other state. The court may consider allowing you to post bond, but the court is not required to allow bond in your case. And as you're wanted by another jurisdiction, I am not going to set a bond in your case at this time. If you do not wish to voluntarily return to the state of Florida, you may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest 4 things. Number 1, whether the extradition documents are in order on their face. Number 2, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in the demanding state of Florida. Number 3, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition. And number 4, whether you are in fact a fugitive from justice. You cannot contest the issue of guilt or innocence in this state. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting extradition or in deciding whether to waive extradition. If the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition. If the extradition is not completed in 90 days, then you may be released. So, Mr. Brown, do you want to waive extradition and they'll arrange to have, Florida will arrange to have you picked up, or do you wish to contest it?
I'm gonna sign and go.
Okay, all right. So if you sign that paperwork, then the deputies will fax it back over to me, and then I'll include it in the bundle that I sent to the sheriff's office.
Can I ask you something? Does it stipulate who or what larceny was upon who? Does the
No, sir. It just literally says larceny, and then they have a warrant number, and I'll read it again for you. W936506692. So, and it looks like it's out of Broward County Sheriff's Office. That's all the information that I have.
This warrant number here is different if you can see it.
I have, give me just a moment. Because I sent that over to the deputies.
You want me to call it off to you?
No, just give me just a moment. Let me see. Oh, what you're looking at is the Clayton County warrant number.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Clayton County warrant number.
Okay.
Yes.
Once I sign, how much time do they have to come and get me?
So I believe it's about 10 days or so, but it may be a little bit longer.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. So I'll wait for the deputies to return those documents.
Okay.
All right. That's all that I have.
Yes, Your Honor, that's gonna be everybody on the calendar.
Okay. All right. Thank you. If y'all will get over Mr. Brown's paperwork, then I think we should be good to go.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. Ms. Baskin, I have the calendar that I will send you all.
Thank you. And I'll be assisting you all week. So if you need anything, just let me know.
Okay. I think we should be good to go. Judge Knights is going to handle tomorrow for me.
Okay.
I swapped with him today for tomorrow. And then Judge Bando is going to handle Friday for me. So I did Sunday for her. So I'll be back on Thursday. So Wednesday and Friday, it'll be Judge Knights and Judge Bando. And then Thursday, I'll be back.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for letting me know.
All right. Yes, ma'am. I'll get all the documents scanned to everybody in just a little bit.
Okay. All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.